PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. Hey, Texas edition. We're moving into Labor Day weekend, and let me give you a little about my past. First of all, I got my Toyota hat on here, completely faded out. This is good luck hunting and fishing. Speaking of hunting and fishing, this is a device that I wish I'd invented. My dad made me sit in an old kind of wicker chair when we go dove hunting on Labor Day, baby. It was a big deal. Father, grandfather, all the friends, all out in the field. It's kind of a tradition every year in Texas. And I couldn't get up and down out of that chair because it only had like 2 or 3 bands on it. Check this out. Ball bearings spinning around. Got to load that up. Load up shotgun. Because it's a big piece of property, there's a gigantic stock tank on there full of bass. So, gonna expect something big. Gonna load up the net. And you know, the trusty rod, been around in the family for 3 generations. But the big work's done by the Tacoma truck. It's a 2017 Toyota Tacoma. I'll tell you what, when you first go out, take your parent and your grandfather out in their very first Toyota truck back in the 80s, and you go places on the land that they've never gone before, they believe into Toyota trucks. So first of all, we've got a composite bed in the back. So throw your stuff in, go off-road, it's gonna be completely indestructible. We're going to go to the front of the truck right now and talk a little bit about the power we produce in this SR5 V6. Under the hood of this workhorse, it's a brand new engine producing 278 horsepower. A lighter truck, better composition. This thing is all the torque in the world, over 265 foot-pounds of torque, but that doesn't matter because with a 4-wheel drive system, be able to go to low range to multiply the torque. That's a torque multiplier. It's the question really bears. It's not where can you go, it's where can't you go. You've seen the videos, you did the launch. It's now time to sell the value of a Tacoma truck. The engine is a learning engine, and we love this VVTi, and the VVTi, all it means is it's an engine that can think. And what we're doing is we're trying to maximize the fuel efficiency, try to get around 20 miles per gallon plus or minus depending on how you're driving. And what we want to do is we want an engine that's efficient. So we build a small enough engine to give you great gas mileage. However, when demand, for example, a load, you load all your gear in the back, you load 4 people in the back and you're heading out, then there's going to be more load. It's going to take more throttle response to get to the right RPM. That's going to tell the computer that we need more airflow. Adding airflow to the engine increases fuel consumption, increases torque, which increases power. And it only does it when I add that load on there. So whether I'm pulling a trailer, going fishing, or I'm going off-roading with a big cargo, then the engine can breathe based upon what I need. If I'm going in a highway and I accelerate, because I got to pass somebody on the 2-lane road because we're out on the farm roads, then as soon as I go heavy to that accelerator, the engine expands and breathes bigger for more power. And the last thing is, once I'm going over 4,000 RPMs, then the engine opens up and breathes bigger. Other manufacturers have changed this. They'll deactivate cylinders. So when you're buying a 6-cylinder, if you go to the 8-cylinder truck line, then you're buying a 4. Why would you be buying a V8 if you're looking for a 4? Why would you want the cylinders to ever deactivate? So what happens when they deactivate on and off? Other manufacturers have gone with turbochargers. And so what they're doing is they're blowing air in the top of the engine. What Toyota's done is spent more revenue, developed a better technology so the engine can breathe bigger. So it's an engine that can think about what you're doing and what you're asking the truck to do. Always converting, but trying to maximize fuel efficiency. When you couple this up with an automatic transmission, 6-speed transmission, ECTI, electronically controlled transmission with intelligence. What this does, it's a transmission that can think. It knows exactly what you're trying to do. So if you go heavy to the accelerator, it eliminates shift lag, boom, 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 through the gears. This is even equipped with ECTI, or ECT button. The ECT button, when you push that in, under normal shifting RPMs, it'll let it go further and closer to red line for more torque efficiency if you're climbing or pulling a trailer. The transmission and the engine are always in flux, always thinking. That's what makes this vehicle so in demand. But the big thing about it is down the road, the transmission can actually adjust for wear and tear. So that gives us that durability and that longevity. That's why when a truck comes in with 150,000 miles on it, that a customer is going to buy it within that same actual day. It's all about how long will the truck run, how maintenance free is a truck. I'm going to use this as a truck and I want it to act like a truck. even if I drive it every day to work and I never take it off-road, the next person that buys this knows what they have, increased resale value. Just think about it. If you lease somebody a Tacoma a couple of years ago, 3-year lease, their payment was reduced, they got a better deal, and now they're coming back in and they can trade out of that lease with equity. Name another manufacturer with a mid-size truck that can do that. Hey, let's do this. Let's close this out today and then come right back next week and talk about inside the truck and what kind of creature comforts we have. See you next week, PK 52, the Saturday morning meeting.